When it comes to money and relationships, it's important to be on the same page. But what if you aren't? Well, welcome Pam Kruger, the founder of Wealth Ramp, and Bob Carroll, a fiduciary financial advisor from Carnegie Investment Counsel. Been talking to folks a long time. I never hear people talking about couples in finance, and there should be two people thinking about maybe the same thing, or maybe they need different things. What do you do about that, Bob?
Absolutely, yeah. In a relationship, both the personal dynamics, but there's financial dynamics, and they need to play out, in a similar fashion. You need to get on the same page, and I think oftentimes that's where some differences can start arising, right, on the financial front. So it's our job to try to work together to get on the same page, essentially.
Okay, we're talking about Wealth Ramp, and Pam, you founded Wealth Ramp. And why do you think it's important to make sure that we have this perfect way to approach the couple situation?
Well, you think about all throughout your life, and either you've been single and then you get married and you're combining your finances, and we all know that statistically money is one of the top reasons that people split up. So, advisors like Bob exist because they specialize in working with hearing both voices in the relationship. Yep. So Wealth Ramp, which is my network of over 200 fiduciary fee-only advisors like Bob, have different specializations, and Bob just happens to specialize and help people through divorce and after divorce and before divorce and prevent divorce when it comes to money.
Maybe Bob, you can tell us a little bit about what advantage the customer has and you have being a fiduciary, and you help these folks. And
absolutely, as a fiduciary, our primary obligation is to look out for their best interests and serve them in all things that we do with them, and so that's the key.
So when it comes to finding a customer, like people go online, or they'll come to your website and they'll want some information, and then they'll talk to a fiduciary, and a fiduciary is almost like a neutral person in the situation.
Correct. Absolutely. And that neutral voice matters in these contexts, right? So I think that's super important. That's why being a fiduciary and having the specialty skills in this area does matter.
What are some of the problems that come up dealing with couples? I mean, not that it's a problem, but it's something you have to deal with.
You know what I hear a lot, and I think you hear the same thing, is I have people who come to Wealth Ramp and they're looking for an advisor, and I will notice that the conversation's dominated by, let's say it's the husband, or it could be the wife, and I'll say, what about you're married? What do they feel? Oh, I'm the one who controls the investments and makes those decisions. And I think that Bob and I have talked about this, that in most families, believe it or not, it's not equal. It's usually one side or the other, one or the other, that dominates.
But both voices in the marriage have to be heard, right? So it's not, there's two people in this relationship, and even though one person might take the lead, it's important that both are at the table.
I love the idea that a fiduciary is involved. I mean, you say 200 people out there helping folks, like the wife may hear what the neighbor had to say about it, or the husband hears what they hear at work about it, and you bring that information to the table, and the information might not be right, so you really need someone to sort it out and get them on the same page.
It's vitally important that you have a fiduciary advisor who works only and directly for you, rather than someone who's a salesperson selling products or selling insurance or selling something, because you need that expertise, and different people at different points in life need different types of specializations. And the fiduciary piece of it is critically important to understand, and you need to get that fiduciary oath in writing because it's a legal standard.
You just say it, right?
You can say, I'm in a fiduciary frame of mind.
I'm a brain surgeon.
But that doesn't mean anything. You have to be, if you're held to the standard legally, then you want to ask your advisor, if your advisor says fiduciary, to put that in writing. Every advisor on Wealth Ramp takes an oath and provides the client with that oath in writing, because it's a legal standard.
And it's a very important thing too. Thank you very much. Hey folks, for more information, you want to head to wealthramp.com, and you can sign up for a free guide to help you understand more about how fiduciary fee-only financial advisors work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.